All right. So, hi everyone. My name is Landon Phung, and the topic that I choose today is entrepreneurship. But since I feel like I still have so many things to learn, so I have decided to just share with you guys today, like a project that I'm working on. So it's called Enhaünce, and the overall theme is about language. So before I get started, I'd like to invite you guys to play a little trivia game. So if each of you guys can tell me like what a language you think is one of the most spoken around the world, would be great.
English.
Okay.
Spanish.
Spanish. What else do you guys think?
French.
French. That's a nice one.
Chinese, just because of the population.
All right, I'll agree with that. How about one more? Let's try one more.
I think Arabic is a good one.
All right. Oh, actually, those are very good guesses because all of them are on the chart. Right? So we have English, Mandarin, Chinese, we have Hindi, Spanish, French, and Arabic. And some of the other ones are, I find interesting is Bengali, Russian, Portuguese, and Indonesian. And so the second question I have for you guys is, how many languages are there in the world in total, do you guys think? Well, what would be
I
your
think
guess?
there must be like thousands. I'm just guessing, I don't know, 3,500.
All right. Let's get two more numbers.
2,700.
2,700. All right. One more.
I'll go 5,000.
Thank you, Shira. All right. So the answer is 7,139. So Shira is the closest. Yeah. So I think like this is very interesting because like given that there are about like 7,100 languages and about like 7.8 billion people in the world, right? The fact that English and Mandarin Chinese each has like 1 billion total speakers, and Hindi and Spanish each has like a 500 million total speakers is fascinating, right? So this means that if you know at least one of these four languages, you can communicate with in many regions of the world, right? And then since everyone here is pretty much like fluent, if not native, in English, and many of us are actually bilingual, I'd like you guys to imagine how it would feel if you actually didn't know English. Like, how would your life be different, right? And what if you didn't speak any of the popular languages, right? How would your life be different? And I feel like it can be difficult to visualize this scenario because like since we're already speaking like one of the most popular languages in the world, and we're also in America. So to help you visualize, now I'd like to invite you to visit Ho Chi Minh City, a city located in southern Vietnam and also my hometown. Right. So besides Văn Loan, I'm not sure like if anyone else here has traveled to Vietnam before, but Ho Chi Minh City is one of the fastest developing cities in Southeast Asia. And this is actually not the route that you would take when you fly from here to Ho Chi Minh City, because like you would go like from here to like to the left, cross the Pacific, and then land. I just make this to increase the dramatic effect. But here is the map of the city. There are actually 19 districts in Ho Chi Minh City, right? So this actually reminds me of the Hunger Games. Like we have like different district number from 1 to 12, and each has like distinct features, which you will find out in a moment. But the difference is like we're not killing each other there. So if you are visiting Ho Chi Minh City, chances are you will be visiting District 1 or Saigon District, right? So this is the center of the city. So my friends and I call this district the international hub because besides tourists, a lot of international companies build their offices there. Another popular district in Ho Chi Minh City is District 5, which is right here, where we call a Chinatown, right? So I am very familiar with this district since my family is Chinese Vietnamese. So I actually have very good memories with this area. And yeah, this is just another picture to highlight like how familiar I am with this district, because I've been taking pictures with these lions since forever. Anyway, so you can get away with knowing only Chinese in District 5 and knowing only English in District 1. But for the rest of the city, Vietnamese is, of course, the official language. So being able to work in District 1 can be a dream of many Vietnamese locals, because international companies often pay very well. So 3 years ago, during my trip back home, I applied to work as a counselor for an educational company that offers services to help students study abroad. So in that position, I got to meet many students who I refer to as Type 1 English learners. Right? So these students had been attending English school since they were very young. Like they were well equipped with the language skills to succeed in another country, such as the US. So I realized that these students are one type of English learners who are supported with the resources from early life, and they are very well prepared, and they are very confident in their language skills. And of course, like if we have type 1 English learners, we will have type 2 English learners, right? So these are the people who are at the complete extreme of the spectrum. So most of them graduate from trade schools without going to college at all, and they learn English from random free online sources, right? So to be specific, this person right here, Phung, he is a very good friend of mine, and he really wants to be fluent in English, right? Because he wants to apply for jobs offered by international companies, right? So that he tried to learn English from participating in online platforms. Like he is actually a reviewer for an online anime forum, because he loves anime. So like he tried to write reviews in English, and then he let the audience give him feedback and provide comments so that he can improve. But the problem is, he can write and read, but then he cannot communicate because he lacked the confidence, to talk. So this is the reason why he cannot pass interviews at those international companies, because he cannot communicate. And I quickly find out like this problem is not unique to Phung, because like within this group alone, 2 more people agree they're having the same situation. So comparing type 1 and type 2 English learners, I wonder is that why the confidence issue is more prevalent in one group than the other, right? So I'm not sure like if you guys can kind of guess the answer, but here is the answer. The problem is language schools, right? There are a lot of language schools in Ho Chi Minh City, but they offer very expensive programs with access to native language speakers, which cost from 170 to 870 US dollars per class. Well, it doesn't seem expensive until you know that the range of income for the type 2 English learners is from 400 to around like 900 dollars per month. So this can be a problem, because most of them won't try to attend or enroll in these classes. So here is a breakdown of the problem. So the problem is that a portion of the population who cannot afford the opportunity to learn from native speakers offered by pricey language schools is put at a disadvantage, since they face significant challenges in acquiring language fluency to advance in career and life. Right. So I actually wrote an equation to simplify this whole problem. Here, less practice means lower confidence means impaired learning. And then I asked myself, like, what can I do, right? What is my role in addressing the problem? So here's a little bit about me. This is a picture of me in 9th grade. At this point, I still thought I would not need to be serious about learning English until like 2 months later, I got the chance to study abroad. But still, initially, I was so self-conscious about my accent. I did not make friends with people here. So like my English skills was very average. So the last 3 years, I actually stepped out of my comfort zone and I tried to talk to more people. And that was when I started seeing the improvement. And also, when I came here, I lived with this family. They actually visit my hometown for a couple of times, and they are my host family, or like I call them my guardians, right? So they barely speak English, so I learned to communicate with them in their language, which is Chao Zhou, or a Chinese dialect. And so right now I actually adopt their language as well. So I feel like my conclusion is, my recipe for learning language is to have a lot of practice and then have like the mental strength to support, have courage to do more practices with the native speakers. So through these experiences, I believe that learning language from native speakers is the best way to improve language skills. So I initiated Enhaünce, which is a volunteer project to help others learn languages. So the mission of the project is to develop creative and affordable modern solutions for disadvantaged learners to improve language skills through interaction with native speakers, ultimately overcoming the world's language barriers. Right. So that is the mission. And at the moment, my team is divided into 2 groups. So each runs distinct project related to language learning. So the first one is Enhaünce app for language exchange, and the second one is Enhaünce community for learning languages. So about Enhaünce app, this is like a user-friendly platform with creative audio tools for practicing language speaking with native speakers and allow native speakers to also learn new cultures around the world. Here you can see like some of the mock-up, and we actually have this ready. And the second one is Enhaünce community for learning languages. For learning English for now. This is like a social media community for practicing English skills through interactive content. So we have quizzes, we have videos, and then all kinds of different methods to help people learn English. So my vision is to convert Enhaünce app project into a business eventually, while maintaining Enhaünce community as a volunteer project. Right. So for Enhaünce app, initially I planned to conduct like a test, the first testing in October, but I quickly realized that most of our audience was using iOS devices. But I create like an Android device platform, so I had to pause the testing so that we and my team jump back to work. And right now we are creating a cross-platform demo version for both iOS and Android. And we are on track to conduct the first testing in June. Also, we plan to host focus group studies throughout this summer. And hopefully we will start an open testing this fall or winter. And for Enhaünce community for learning English, this is a newer project that we just started. So we just gonna continue creating quizzes and English content according to our learners' feedback. So what about you? How can you help, right? Well, if you share the same belief that language learning should not be a privilege, you can join us as the native English speakers for our upcoming test of Enhaünce app. So during this test, you will use our demo version for the app to talk to real English learners in Vietnam and Thailand, and then you use the creative audio tools and provide us feedback based on your experience as a native English speakers. Right? But if you are interested in exploring the world of language education, then you can also get involved by joining our team. Currently, we are all volunteer at the moment, but then we are learning a lot of things, ranging from developing an app, teaching languages, conducting tests, and then to designing brand materials. And there's so many things to learn. Or the most simple thing you can do is to promote the project to potential native speakers, right? So language learners or volunteers who are enthusiastic about helping others learn languages. So this is another note. So a reason why we are choosing Southeast Asia. Many of the countries in Southeast Asia are developing at a very fast rate, and this attracts many international corporations. So it is not surprising that many of the language learners in Asia are from the Southeast Asia region. Within the Asia alone, we tend to learn Chinese, Japanese, Korean, and of course English, right? But however, learning languages is still a privilege of those who can afford pricey language schools. So this high price of language education puts specific populations at a disadvantage, again, for their inability to attain bilingual fluency and prevents them to thrive in Korean life. So my team and I at Enhaünce strongly believe that language education should be a universal right and not a privilege. So if you share the same belief, so you can join us on our journey to support global language learners. And that's it. Thank you.